Have you ever felt like life is testing your patience? Maybe someone cut you off in traffic, your plans fell apart, or people around you just don't seem to understand. Frustration creeps in, and suddenly you're trapped in a cycle of anger and stress. But what if I told you that frustration is not caused by the world? It's caused by how you react to it. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The Stoics believed that frustration is nothing more than an illusion, a trick of the mind that we can control. Instead of letting anger take over, they mastered the art of staying calm in any situation. In this video, you will learn 7 powerful Stoic lessons that will help you handle frustration like a true philosopher. By the end, you won't just understand frustration, you'll know how to defeat it. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Control what you can. Ignore the rest. Most of our frustration comes from trying to control things that are simply out of our hands. We want people to behave a certain way. We want events to go as planned, and we expect life to be fair. But reality doesn't work like that. The Stoics understood this well. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." The key to inner peace is knowing the difference. If it's raining on your day off, getting angry won't stop the rain. It only ruins your mood. If someone disrespects you, their words are out of your control, but your reaction is in your hands. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Instead of wasting energy on what you cannot change, focus on what you can. Your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude, these are yours to control. The next time you feel frustration creeping in, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. Your peace is worth more than temporary irritation. Lesson 2. See frustration as a teacher. Frustration isn't the enemy, it's a lesson in disguise. Every time you feel irritated, life is teaching you something about yourself. Maybe it's showing you where you're impatient, where your expectations are unrealistic, or where you need to grow stronger. Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Instead of resisting frustration, learn from it. If traffic makes you angry, maybe you need to work on patience. If someone's words offend you, maybe you need to develop emotional control. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The obstacle in the path becomes the path." That means the very thing that frustrates you can be the thing that makes you wiser. When a Stoic faces hardship, they don't complain. They ask, "What can this teach me?" The moment you shift your mindset, frustration loses its power over you. Instead of seeing problems, you start seeing opportunities to become stronger. The next time something annoys you, pause and think, what lesson is hidden in this moment? Lesson 3. Pause before reacting. Most frustration comes from reacting too fast. When something upsets you, your first instinct is to lash out, complain, or get angry. But the Stoics taught that a wise person doesn't react, they respond. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The moment you feel frustration rising, stop. Take a deep breath. Give yourself a few seconds to think. This small pause can be the difference between regret and self-control. Imagine someone insults you. Your immediate reaction might be to argue or defend yourself. But if you pause and reflect, you might realize their words don't deserve your energy. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "You always have the power of choosing your own reaction." If you don't react, frustration has nowhere to grow. The next time you're about to snap, Practice the Stoic pause. Count to 3, take a breath, and then decide. Do you want to respond with wisdom or with emotion? The choice is always yours. Lesson 4. Lower your expectations. Frustration often comes from expecting too much. We assume people will be kind, plans will go smoothly, and life will be fair. But reality doesn't follow our script. Seneca said, "If you expect the worst, you'll never be disappointed." This doesn't mean being negative. It means being prepared. If you expect delays, you won't get angry when they happen. If you accept that people are flawed, their mistakes won't surprise you. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "When you wake up, expect to meet selfish, rude, and ungrateful people." He wasn't being pessimistic. He was making himself ready for anything. When you expect less, you suffer less. If something good happens, it's a bonus. If things go wrong, you are already prepared. Instead of hoping for a perfect day, remind yourself that life is unpredictable. The fewer expectations you have, the more peace you will find. Lesson 5. Detach from your emotions. You are not your emotions. You are the observer of them. Frustration only controls you if you let it. The Stoics practiced emotional detachment, meaning they didn't let emotions dictate their actions. Epictetus advised, "When something happens, the only thing in your power is your response." Instead of saying, "I am frustrated," say, "I notice frustration inside me." This small change creates distance between you and your emotions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Your mind will be like a calm sea if you stop letting every little wave disturb you." When you separate yourself from your frustration, you gain control over it. The next time you feel anger rising, step back. Observe it like an outsider. Ask yourself, is this frustration worth my peace? More often than not, the answer is no. Let it pass like a cloud in the sky. Emotions come and go, but your inner peace should remain unshaken. Lesson 6. Use frustration as fuel. Frustration isn't just an obstacle, it can be energy. Instead of letting it break you, use it to build yourself. Marcus Aurelius said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that challenges aren't roadblocks, they are the path itself. When something frustrates you, don't waste time complaining. Channel that energy into action. If you are frustrated at your lack of progress, work harder. If people doubt you, let that fuel your determination. Seneca reminded us, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." The strongest people aren't those who avoid frustration, but those who use it as motivation. Think of athletes. When they lose, they don't quit. They train harder. Think of great minds. When they fail, they don't stop. They learn and improve. Frustration is simply a sign that you care. Instead of seeing it as a problem, see it as a tool. The next time you feel stuck, don't let frustration consume you. Ask yourself, how can I use this to grow? Every obstacle carries the seed of an opportunity. It's up to you to find it and turn your frustration into fuel for something greater. Lesson 7. Remember, this too shall pass. No matter how deep your frustration feels right now, it is temporary. Everything in life moves in cycles. What bothers you today may mean nothing in a month. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "All things fade into the storied past, and in time are forgotten." This is a powerful reminder that nothing lasts forever. Not pain, not failure, not even frustration. Think about a time when you were upset about something years ago. Does it still bother you? Probably not. The same will happen with your current struggles. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And part of mastering yourself is understanding that emotions come and go like passing clouds. The next time you feel frustration building up, pause and remind yourself, will this matter in a year? Most of the time, the answer is no. When you stop giving small things too much power, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. Just like the seasons change, your frustration will fade. So instead of letting it control you, breathe, step back, and remember, this too shall pass. Frustration is a part of life, but it doesn't have to control you. The Stoics understood that while we can't always change what happens, we can always change how we respond. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Strength isn't about avoiding frustration. It's about learning to handle it wisely. When you take a step back and see frustration as a teacher rather than an enemy, you gain control over your emotions. Instead of reacting with anger, you can respond with patience. Instead of feeling stuck, you can use frustration as motivation. Remember, every challenge carries a lesson. Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." The difficulties you face are not here to break you, but to shape you. If you learn to shift your perspective, let go of what you can't control, and use frustration as fuel, you will turn every struggle into strength. And finally, never forget that no feeling lasts forever. Whatever is frustrating you today will eventually pass. Epictetus taught, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Growth comes through discomfort, and frustration is often a sign that you are on the edge of something great. So the next time frustration knocks at your door, welcome it as a challenge, not a burden. Master it, and you will master yourself. If you found these Stoic tips helpful, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more content like this. Your support means a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.